Hey everybody. So this is the second time I'm recording this video. The first time I did it with my traditional um, snipping tool, which comes with Microsoft Windows 11. Um, and it's pretty nice. But I noticed that almost everybody uses this thing called OBS. So I've been practicing with OBS for a little while, and now I'm going to try it. Don't know if my snipping tool version is going to make it out there or if my OBS tool version is going to make it out there, but I think sooner or later I'm going to move over to OBS because OBS has a few things. Like, I'm probably going to want to start live streaming some of these things. Uh, and I don't know. There's probably other advantages to OBS because, like, all the cool kids are over there on OBS. So that's what I'm doing. So, anyways, let me hit start on this thing here. All right. So, anyways, what happened? What I have is a well. So last time I finished up the X position animation. And what's important about the X position animation was that when it took like 3 days, and because it's a sort of a natural wrinkle improvement, I mean, like an architectural change. So before, what we had was just meshes could be updated, and I'd sort of try to anticipate every change that would come from for animations. And then I said, okay, now we're going to animate lights. And so that's sort of in some ways like doubled the thing. So like when I initially got animations for meshes working, I got X working, and then when I added Y, there was some issues that presented that I was able to smooth out, and then Z went super simple. And then I added lights, and that triggered a whole bunch of issues, and some good fixes, like the fixing of the forms where I changed it on the mesh, where I changed it from Z from set to patch. That was a couple of videos back. That's an excellent change because that's an improvement in, like, I'm making something work more like it's supposed to work. The bad example was where I added the type. Like, that one doesn't make me feel good because it was like I did not anticipate that I need a type for everything. So that's a bad change. Um, so then I got that working. I got it to where it will animate lights and on the X, and so then today was to make it go on the Y, and the Y worked out really well because all, like, if you look over here on the left of this get changes, you see there's no changes in the meshes. So I was able to implement this Y change without any backtracking, and that is really what you're looking for, or what I'm looking for. I don't know what you're looking for, but I know what I'm looking for, and I'm looking for no backtracking. Um, and I have a good feeling that today, after this video, when I implement Z, it's going to be super, super simple, very, very predictable. The changes that need to be made can be made without me having to think too deep. I can just zombie through it, don't have to understand anything, just find all the other places and do the updates. So, what we have here are four meshes. We have the camera that was rotated on the Y to the on the X axis, and we have two lights, one that's staying static back here and one that's moving across the top. Okay, I had to do the camera change because I didn't because right now the camera by default goes on the Z axis, and I don't have any way of moving animations on the Z axis. So I just basically shifted over. Tomorrow, I'll be able to do things on the X, Y, and Z axis, I'm pretty sure. So let me just go ahead and just demonstrate that really quick. So basically, right now, you see that this is sitting at the Y position. So if I move this over to the Z position, let me just do that real quick. You can't see anything. And that's because there's no light. All the light is inside that hallway that I created. So if I go in and I take my left wall and I change it to a basic instead of a Phong. Oh, change it from a Phong to a Phong, which does no good. Basically, we're seeing that left wall, right? Because we're sitting at the camera being X and Y. So let's just go ahead and change the camera back to its Change it to 6. Let's change it to Z of 0. And now we're back inside, but our left wall is white because since it's basic, it doesn't care about lights. So now we'll go ahead and change that back to a Phong, and boom. And I think that makes total sense. And I will say that, like, I just want to gush for a little bit here. Like, this is so freaking awesome. I mean, this is like when I see something like this in some sort of movie or in some sort of like Resident Evil or a video game or something like that. I didn't have the vaguest idea how in the world they possibly build this. Now it is dirt simple, and that's how I think IT is in general, or software development, and really IT in general is that things are either very very simple or damn near impossible. So, anyways, now this is simple. If I move back to 15, it's all that. I think this is just so beautiful. It's like this scary little thing. I think so if we go to animations, we see that let's go to X. We see that it starts at -10. So the camera is at 15. It starts right here, right? So if we were to pause this and we go back, boom, the light is starting right there at the front. If we wanted to start it at 15, actually the camera's at 15. So now it's behind us. So we could hit pause, and so we go from basically no light. So we could start it like at 35 behind us. And all we see is that, and then that thing comes in really fast. So anyways, that's awesome. The code was super, super duper simple. And that's what I'd like to see. Basically, the obvious interface change, right? There's one change to light interface, and that's to convert it from a number to an animation property descriptor. So clearly tomorrow, or to after this video, when I do the next one, I'll just copy and paste this and make Z position animation property descriptor. Very, very predictable what I need to do. Very, very exactly what I want. Okay, so I can predict what I needed to do in the template, and that's basically over here in the template. If you look at the raw code, right, it's showing the animation property descriptors X. I had to change that so it shows the X instead of showing the Y. Instead of showing the Y, it shows a start value. Predictable, right? Zombie-like predictable. In the TypeScript, basically change that from a number to an object. That failed on compile. In the form, when you create the new form, instead of making Y position the Y position, which was an object, make it the start value. Very, very predictable. That did not break on compile. This did not break in compile either. When I go, oh yes, this did break on compile because I was trying to take Y position and apply it to start value. So there's a mapping here, right? We map from just the straight up number to the object start value. And finally, in update, I needed to update, I needed to patch it, and I need to patch it with whatever's in, patch the form with whatever is there, whatever is in the start value, not from the Y position directly. So simple, simple, simple. In animations, I had to update this. So this guy is this supported props dictionary. Like at some point, I'm going to need to, in that service, going to need to make an animation service, and I'm going to need to pull out all the animation stuff into an animation service, and then I'm going to need to probably pull this out into that animation service so that anything has access to what this mapping is. But that's the only change that needed to be made. So things change. So basically whenever you hit Z position, you don't see anything because it's not mapped here. So tomorrow, after this, I'll go boom, and I will paste that there, just like that. And now it'll show up in the Z position. Super, super simple. In the 3 service, all the changes are obvious. In add light, I needed to update it to use the start value. In the update light, I needed to update it to do the start value. And then basically in the boy, I totally forgot I'm on camera. I hope I haven't done anything weird. And then in here, what did I do here? Set X. update mesh for time. Okay, yeah, that's only because I'm searching on start value. Basically, I added all the stuff that you would expect for the Y. So right, it was calculating the X speed. Now it's calculating the Y speed. So basically, these basically 3 lines of code. If you count this as 1 line of code, those 3 lines of code need to be copied for Z. Probably not copying. There's probably going to be a better way, but I want to do more properties before I try to combine that into one. Anyways, so that's it. Happy coding, everybody. Bye. Oh, wrong one. Bye.